hit some anytime goal scorers as well as safe shots on goal for some of these goalies. Give me both teams to score in the first period. That's coming in at plus 185 compared to the over 1.5 that is at minus 120. Okay, you guys ready? Let's make some freaking money. It's time for Bucket with Joe. Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is Monday, November 10th. You're watching Pocket with Joe over here on YouTube. I'm Jo Madden. You can find me on all social media at Jo Madden Sports. It's time to make some freaking money. I tell you, 4 games out there on the ice today. I have a dog that I absolutely think is barking that you guys want to jump on. Great plus money. If you can guess it in the chat, I think you can. You know who I'm fading today. The team that kind of reminds me of the Cincinnati Bengals as they start the season. Have had some good wins, but coming off a really disappointing loss, losing their last 3. Can you guys guess who it is? I love seeing you guys watch on. There's 2 different formats the show's coming out on. It's coming out on the normal vertical here on YouTube, as well as the horizontal, or the normal horizontal as well as vertical. So let me know where you're watching, which one that you do like more. But lots to go over here. 4 games on the ice. We have a battle of the Metro. We have so much happening. We got some games where I'm looking for some great plus money. The over 1.5, the over 2.5, and the both teams to score in the first period. So let's jump right into it. Seeing all those comments come in. So happy Monday to you guys. If you're watching on the horizontal view, you're going to be able to see those comments come up here. But good morning to Matt and Kevin and Charles out there. Let's make some freaking money. And Timothy. Timothy, thank you for joining us here today. So NHL, NFL. How did Miami beat Buffalo? Buffalo in a flat spot after beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Then they've got pretty big game here on deck. So you got to look at those look-ahead situations. If you guys rode with me with the New Orleans Saints, we were able to get that win. And the Bears, I sweated out like crazy, you guys. Yesterday, they were able to thankfully get that win. But we're talking hockey here today. We're going to jump straight into it. The first game is the Nashville Predators taking on the New York Rangers. Now, looking at the odds in this one, we know the Preds have struggled to score, but the New York Rangers, damn, you guys, they've been shut out in 5 of their 7 losses at home. It's unbelievable how this team struggles to score at home. They're coming off another loss, 5-0 loss to the Isles in their last game. Out again at home after beating the Red Wings on that day before. I did think the Rangers in that last game could find a way to get things done versus the Isles, but again, they failed to net any goals in that game. In this one, the Predators rolling in at plus 152, the Rangers at minus 184, and we got that total sitting at 5.5. The 5.5 does have the juice to the over, minus 114. Looking at this one, the Predators, I do like to keep this tight with the New York Rangers, especially with the Rangers struggles at home, but plus 1.5 is minus 164. So it's not somewhere we can bet. I do think if all of a sudden we see the Rangers come out and get a quick goal in this one that you could look at coming back in on the Predators plus the 1.5. I do think we stay under the total of 5.5. So I said the juice is to the over, but the under 5.5 coming in at minus 106. I don't trust the Predators to put up a lot of goals, but we've been proven that the Rangers can't do so at home either. So 5 of their last 7 games at Madison Square Garden, they've been shut out. Like this game screams 2-1 for me in this one. And so if it is the Rangers to go up first, I'll come back in on the Predators plus 1.5. Going into this, I'm going to take the under 1.5. You got Igor Shesterkin versus Saros. Now, Saros rolling in with a 902 save percentage. Igor Shesterkin with the 909. Both of these offenses don't have elite power plays. We got the second worst power play here in the New York Rangers at 12.2%, and then the Predators at 15.1%. Solid kills right around that 81 to 83% for these teams respectively. Now, the Predators have been giving up those goals, but I do expect in this one, they're off 4 losses. They're going to have to lock down on that defensive side. Their last loss did come to the Dallas Stars in a game which we took their team total to the over. In that last game, we took them over 2.5. They nicely got there. They got 4 goals on the Stars. The Stars end up winning at 5-4. So while this team has had those glimpses of offensive production, I'm not seeing it happen in this one. I think both of these teams really lock down on that defensive side, and we have that lower scoring game. Remember, Roman Yossi's still out of the lineup here for the Nashville Predators, and without him on the ice, it's really hard for this team to get those smooth transitions in and out of zones. And I do think we're going to see that here against, Adam Fox on the ice. You look at Adam Fox, he's so strong out there for the New York Rangers. He's an offensive defenseman, you guys. He's getting those assists, he's getting those shots from the blue line. He's definitely a defenseman that can step up and score. Now, Mika Zibanejad, also a player that you want to look at for the New York Rangers. He's been flying with his shots on goal, not converting at the rate I'd like to see, but those shots, those high danger shots, are eventually going to go in. I think this is a 2-1 style game. I'll take the under 5.5 and come back in on the Predators live because I like a 2-1 style game, or 3-2 at the worst. I can't take any player props in this, but if I was going to look at anyone, I'd take Adam Fox for a point to step up big here at home. Snow stopped in Chicago. I'm glad to hear the snow is stopping out there. You guys all stay warm out there for sure. And you're at the Horseshoe Casino in Indy. Big shout out, Kev, to you as you travel to the Horseshoe Casino in Indianapolis. So enjoy. Safe travels to you. The New York Islanders are up next, if I can talk, versus the New Jersey Devils. The Isles coming in off that impressive win versus the New York Rangers. They're a plus 122 underdog as we have the battle of the Metro here between them and the New Jersey Devils. Now, the New Jersey Devils are minus 146. Total 6.5. 6.5, it's plus 106 to the over. It's minus 130 to the under. Instead of looking at this one under, because I could very well see it being a 4-2 win for the Devils or 4-3 win for the Devils, I'm going to just look at the Devils team total because I don't want to be involved with what the Islanders are going to do for us. This Islanders team is still averaging 3.33 goals per game, but it's Sorokin where my lack of faith comes with this team. It's also special teams and their ability to allow these goals to come in. Sorokin rolling in here with an .893 save percentage. The team's allowing 3.27 goals per game. Their kills only 78.7%. They're taking on a New Jersey Devils team that has won their last two. They were able to get the shootout win in their last one versus the Pittsburgh Penguins, 2-1 game on Saturday that did start off a little slow. We're going to see in this one, though, with the Battle of the Metro, even though I think the Devils and the Islanders have the ability to play at that slower pace, more cautious game, that the Devils end up hitting Sorokin and hitting him hard. They're averaging 3.4 goals per game, 28.5 shots on goal, and their power plays connecting at 25.7%. They do have a road trip loading. It's a 5-game road trip. They'll start off in Chicago on Wednesday. They'll take on then the Carolina Hurricanes, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Florida Panthers, and the Flyers. This is a team that's perfect at home, you guys. They are 7 at home on the season, 7-0 at home on the season. So they're minus 146 favorites. You guys know I hate that kind of juice, but if you want to look at a money line price, I do think the money line price isn't that bad there at minus 146. This is game 2 out on the road for the Isles off the win versus the Rangers. They have Vegas on deck on Thursday, and then they're at Utah on Friday. So they've got some pretty hard games ahead of them. I think this is one where you count on the Devils to get 4 goals. Over 3.5 goals for the New Jersey Devils coming in at plus 110. We have seen the Islanders cover the puck line in the last 11 versus the Devils. So if you want to play both ways of this game, I would look at the Devils go up first, coming back on the Isles at plus 1.5. Going into this game, you can't bet at plus 1.5 at minus 102. I do think it's just better to look at Jacob Markstrom to really have a better game. Jacob Markstrom's numbers are down on the season. He's got a .395 save percentage at .871 goals against average. I'm looking for more support out of the defense here. And this, again, to be 4-2, 4-3 style win for the New York Islanders. Next game on deck with the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Edmonton Oilers. This is your dog, you guys. If you guess the Columbus Blue Jackets to come out nice and strong, this is where I'm going. So, Vinny, good morning to you. I think the Columbus Blue Jackets a plus 140, a great price here versus the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers are minus 170, and we know they always get overvalued. We got a total of 6.5. That 6.5 has a juice to the over at minus 118, and rightly so. This game screams 5-4 as we have weak goaltending and defenses on both sides of the puck. Now, I know Edmonton wants to lock down defensively, give that support to Stuart Skinner, but I just don't trust them enough in this game with Skinner in between the pipes to stop Columbus. And then we talk about the Columbus Blue Jackets. This team is allowing some of the most shots on goal in the whole league. And I do think Edmonton is going to be able to capitalize. Jack Greaves between the pipes tonight. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, he's got a 907 save percentage, a 2.89 goals against average. Skinner rolling in with that 889 save percentage and a 2.81 goals against average. When we look at the power play, this is the most deadly part of the Edmonton Oilers, second best in the league, converting at 33.3%. We got Connor McDavid in that last game for the power play point, and we got Nathan MacKinnon for 2+ points within 90 seconds of each other, if even that. Nathan MacKinnon scoring 2 goals back-to-back within a minute. It was absolutely nuts. We cashed bets left, right, and center in that last game. The only goal coming for Edmonton on the power play by McDavid. So it was nuts, you guys. I was happy to see the Edmonton Oilers lose 9-1 because, come on, I'm a Calgary fan. I have to take pride in that. But you look here at the problem with the Columbus Blue Jackets. If they take penalty minutes, this game is going to fly over, and Edmonton's going to be able to cover the puck line. They have to stay out of the box because of that conversion at 33.3% for Edmonton. They're going to be pissed off as well. The kill's only 70.7% here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. When we look at the Columbus Blue Jackets, they struggle when they are on a man advantage. They're only scoring 14.7%. We got a solid kill here for the Edmonton Oilers as well. Both of these teams have lost their last 3. The most embarrassed team definitely is the Edmonton Oilers. You're looking at Columbus rolling in off the loss to the Vancouver Canucks. They lost to Calgary 5-1 as well in Kadri's 1,000th game. There's a lot of storylines here, but as long as they stay out of the box, the Columbus Blue Jackets have every ability to win. This is a game where they face each other again on Thursday back in Columbus, and this could be another one where Columbus wins this game and Columbus wins the game on Thursday, because you look at Edmonton. So Columbus will be back off the road trip. This is game 4 of 5 for the Columbus Blue Jackets. They have the Kraken on deck tomorrow. So first night of back-to-back, they need any win that they can get. So they're going to play their hearts out here. Then they take on the Kraken tomorrow. Then they'll be home Thursday to take on the Oilers again. The Oilers in that situation, though, will be playing on their second night of a back-to-back after playing Wednesday on the road versus the Flyers. They got a 7-game road trip. So after this game, they kick off a 7-game road trip. Game number 1 versus the Flyers Wednesday. Game number 2 Thursday versus this Columbus Blue Jackets team. I think Edmonton could lose both of them. I'm going to take Columbus for both of these games and hold my breath, you guys, because I think it has every ability to cash. Now, in that first game Thursday versus with these teams versus each other, Edmonton first period will be a bet that I'll be coming in, and I'll look at Edmonton to get up fast and then Columbus to fight their way back in that one. But looking at this one, where am I going to go with these two teams? Like I said, I think Columbus has every ability to win. I love the goal in the first 5 minutes. A goal in the first 5 minutes between two teams with weaker defenses, weaker goaltending, and that are both off 3 losses, especially Edmonton after being embarrassed. You know that goal is going to come out quick. The goal in the first 5 minutes at plus 150. Both teams to score in the first period. Hell yeah, sign me up. Plus 134. The over 2.5 goals in the first period. It's a bit of a long shot. It's coming in at plus 198. I do expect a 2-1 style first period out of one of these teams. More than likely Edmonton after being embarrassed, but we know Skinner cannot hold a lead out there. Next and last is the Florida Panthers versus the Vegas Golden Knights. And I think Florida's barking in this one. You look at them, they're plus 114 here on the money line. They've already beat Vegas this season. They got the shutout 3-0 win. I know Vegas would like revenge. I just don't think they're going to be able to get it. The Florida Panthers also have won 5 of the last 6 meetings over Vegas. Vegas is minus 137 if you want to be square, but I'm going with the Florida Panthers at plus 114. Total sitting at 5.5. I think it's too low. I take the over 5.5 in this one. I don't trust Smith that much at home. He's got great numbers on the season. He's got a 2.51 goals against average and a 901 save percentage, but his career numbers at home, he's got an 885 save percentage. And I think Florida is going to capitalize. Now, I know the health of Florida and that they're only averaging 2.6 goals per game. The power play is only converting at 17.5%. And they're really limiting their opponent's ability to get those shots at 24.2. But this great game really screams a 4-3 style win to me for the Florida Panthers. I'll take the Florida Panthers straight up on the money line at plus 115. I don't blame anyone for taking that over because that's where I lean. I just don't love the juice at minus 130. Now, the first period over 1.5 goals does bring that juice down, but only by 2 points. It's minus 128. I expect these goals to come in that first period. We know the Florida Panthers love to get up and hold on to a lead, but Vegas at home loves to do the same. Could we see this be a 2-1 first period? We absolutely could, out of even Vegas, and then Florida gets back into it. Both teams to score in the first period coming in at plus 168. And I think it's a great way to go. Now, you look at Vegas and they've lost their last two. Saturday, they lost in overtime to the Anaheim Ducks. So it's not like they've got this huge home fortress edge right now. And you look at them over their last 4 home games, they've gone 1-2-1. So this is a team, even though normally home ice is so huge for them, against this Florida Panthers team, I think that they take another loss. So I think we'll see Vegas down 3 losses after this one. And the Florida Panthers are off a loss to the San Jose Sharks. So that was a Saturday 3-1 loss. This is game 4 on the road. They're home on Thursday versus the Capitals and Lightning on Saturday. They got a little bit of a home stance there. But again, I trust Bobrovsky more than I trust Smith. And I think we'll see the playmakers step up. You saw Brad in that last game get that anytime goal. And I do think Brad Marchand can come out nice and strong here for the Florida Panthers. He has 16 points in 14 games. You look at Lundell, he's got 11 points. And on the other side, you got Jack Eichel, Mitch Marner. Again, I think this is a high-scoring one. I would look at Brad, Lundell, Jack Eichel, Mitch Marner, all for their points tonight. I don't think 2+ points are out of question for any of the 4. So it should be a really good back and forth battle in this one. So I can't wait, you guys. Yeah, Celebrini has been absolute fire. I'm so glad you pointed out Macklin Celebrini there for the San Jose Sharks. This kid seems unstoppable right now, and we're going to look at him again tomorrow when the Sharks get back in action for sure. Yeah, Brad Marchand has been absolute fire for us with those points, 16 points in 14 games. Can he get 2 tonight here versus Vegas? Oh, hell yeah, he can. That is for sure. Great spot to wait and live. First period. Over the better value. Yeah, is that the Predators game that you're looking at for the over in the first period, or which one is that after that first period? Let me know. Yeah, it's great to see you two here, Mo, as well. So let's get into the recap, you guys. It is recap time. I appreciate each and every single one of you that watches live. Let's jump into the recap. The Nashville Predators versus the New York Rangers. This is Saros versus Igor. I think the Predators plus 1.5 is a play for the game. Too juicy going into it. If we do see the New York Rangers somehow find a way to get a goal, because we know this team's struggling at home. They have yet to win at home. They've been shut out in 5 of their last 7 at Madison Square Garden. So it looks like a great price for the Preds. I just don't know if they can get it done. Best bet in this one is the under 5.5. I do think it's a lower scoring game. The New York Islanders and the New Jersey Devils battle the Metro here. We have 5th in the Metro for the Isles, 2nd in the Metro for the Devils. Give me the Devils team total over 3.5 coming in at plus 110. I see the Devils no matter what scoring 4 goals, 4-3 win for them, 4-2 win for them. We know the Isles play really tight. They covered that puck line in the last 11 versus the Devils. This is going to be a 1-goal game, in my opinion. It could be that 4-2 because of the empty netter, though. So that's why I'm going to stay off the total. So the Devils team total over 3.5. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the Edmonton Oilers. Give me Columbus at plus 140 to pull off the upset and shock Edmonton fans. Edmonton expecting to bounce back off that embarrassing loss to the Colorado Avalanche, and I'm not buying it, you guys. Give me a goal in the first 5 minutes. Both these teams have lost their last 3. Both have weak goaltending. Both have weak defensives. As long as Columbus stays out of the box, they can win this. Goal in the first 5 coming in at plus 150. First period over 1.5 is too juice, but both teams to score gets you plus 134. Hell yeah. Over 2.5 in the first period at plus 198. It's a long shot, but worth a sprinkle. Your playmakers in this one, I'd look at Leon Draisaitl on the power play, and then we'll get into a couple of players. We'll build a long shot here for the Columbus Blue Jackets, exactly where we're going to go. And then the Florida Panthers versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Give me the Florida Panthers plus 115 on the money line and the over in this game. The over is juicy, though, at minus 130 to the over 5.5. But I see a 4-3 style win here for the Florida Panthers. Should we bet that exact score? I think we should. This is exactly how I'm feeling. Every opportunity to go to overtime. Give me the overtime bet in this one. The first period over 1.5 goals at minus 128. If you want to lay juice, but I think you can get both teams to score at plus 168. Brad Marchand is where I'm going to look for the Florida Panthers for 2+ points. On the other side, Jack Eichel or Mitch Marner. Pick your poison. I probably will take both, you guys. It's going to be a good one. Wengroski, I can never say his name. I agree. Anytime goal, that definitely could happen. And yeah, if you guys can hit that like and subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you like the format of the horizontal and vertical. You can get it easily on your phone now with that vertical setup. So let's jump into building a long shot player prop parlay. You know, we got to look at Florida versus Vegas first. This is a game that I really like, that 4-3 style overtime bet. The overtime, you guys, just to let you know, I forgot the odds on it, so I didn't tell you before. It's plus 340. Let's take this one to go to OT. I really like the overtime in this. I think we've got just an absolute scrap, a war out there on the ice. Now, when we look at Jack Eichel, Mitch Marner, so highly juiced. They're minus 300 and change both for a point. Thomas Hurdle there, though, and Dorofeev. I love Dorofiev's ability in front of the net. For my long shot player point parlay, I will look at Dorofeev. He's coming in at minus 146. Now, I do think you can also look at Brad still. He's at minus 148. You got Sam Reinhart at minus 158 as well for the Florida Panthers. I do think both have every ability to get those points. Lundell, I talked about 11 points on the season. He's minus 118. I'm going to put Brad in just because Brad was my instant go-to. I think it's a nice way to look at the Florida Panthers tonight. Brad Marchand has just been rolling so hot. Like I said, 16 points in his last 14 games. When we look at the Edmonton Oilers versus the Columbus Blue Jackets, because I do think this is another high-scoring game. The problem here is you look at Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl for their points, and it's just disgusting what you have to lay. Last game, we got Connor McDavid for the power play point. He's plus 110 for the power play point today, which is great, but I would rather go with Leon Draisaitl, plus 125 for the power play point. Gonna leave it out of this long shot parlay, but separately, look at Leon Draisaitl for the power play point. I do like Marchenko here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Marchenko for a point is coming in at minus 186. I will throw that into my long shot parlay for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And then when we look at the Edmonton Oilers, who else I think is really going to get on the board? We have Evan Bouchard. He's almost 2-1 to your money. Evan Bouchard would be a nice one. I like Jake Wallman, though, you guys. We're looking at Jake Wallman tonight. He's plus money for his point. He's plus 148. Now, let me just double confirm where we're seeing Jake Wallman on Edmonton's line for you guys, but he definitely is standing out to me as the playmaker, especially at the value that you're getting him at tonight. So I'm going to look at him. He's coming up on the third defensive pairing. So I think he still has every ability to get things done. Now, the problem with that is you're not seeing him out there on the first power play unit with Leon Draisaitl. You are seeing him out on that second power play unit with Adam Henrique and Andrew Mangiapane and Darnell Nurse and Isaac Howard. I do think the second power play unit is solid. We've seen them convert. So I'm going to look at Jake Wallman. It's a longer shot to throw in our long shot parlay, but I definitely think it is worth it. So for the Edmonton Oilers, I'll take Jake Wallman for the point. And then Marchenko here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. If you're looking at a couple other players, Bon Jenner gets you that great plus money for the Columbus Blue Jackets. You've also got Adam Fantilli with great plus money as well. Monty hasn't had the season that I've really been wanting, so I'll stay off him. But, there's going to be a point where Monahan is our 2+ point player. When we look at the New Jersey Devils, I'm going to stay off the Islanders, but if you really want someone for the Islanders, it's Bo Horvat. He's just been beautiful out there on the ice. Him and Barzal have been so strong. We can't go with Jack Hughes for the Devils. He's like 3-1 term money. Nico Hischier, it brings it down a little bit, but I would look at Luke Hughes. I think the defenseman Luke Hughes has every ability of getting a point in this game. He's coming in at -128 for the New Jersey Devils. So you guys, we've built a 5-leg same game, or not a same game parlay. We built a 5-leg player point parlay. This is where I'm going to go. It's plus 1577. So that means a $10 bet returns 157.76. So the player point parlay, all of these guys for 1 or more points in their games. From Vegas, I'm going to take Dorofeev. From Florida, I'm taking Brad Marchand. From the Columbus Blue Jackets, I'm taking Marchenko. From the Edmonton Oilers, I'm taking Jake Wallman. From the New Jersey Devils, I'm taking Luke Hughes. So I'm not looking at every single game, you guys. I'm saving off that one. With the Predators, I just think that's going to be a lower scoring game. I'm leaving the Isles out of this, but I really like this player point parlay. Again, $10 returns 157.76. One more time with those players, each for a point. Dorofeev of Vegas for the point. Brad Marchand of the Florida Panthers for a point. Marchenko of the Columbus Blue Jackets for a point. Jake Wallman of the Edmonton Oilers for a point. And Luke Hughes of the New Jersey Devils for a point. Let me know which leg you think kills this same game parlay. If you're just looking at one to take out of that, Jake Wallman for the Edmonton Oilers, even though I think Edmonton loses, plus 148 for Wallman. For the point, I like Luke Hughes as well for the Devils. He's -128, so a little juicy, but it definitely can happen. But let's ride. Let's make some freaking money. I love you guys. Kent Johnston bumped up to top line and power play unit 1. This is Bailey. That is great to hear. He is bumped up. He definitely deserves it. So the books are always kind of slow when players get bumped up here for their value. They just don't juice them as much as they would for other guys on those top power play units. So definitely something to look at, looking at his ability to get those points tonight on that top line and where we're going to see him. He's plus 132, Kent Johnson of the Columbus Blue Jackets for a point. At plus 132, how can we not look at Ken Johnson when he has been fired up to that top line of top power play unit? This is Bailey. Thanks for pointing that out. That is something I did miss today. At plus 132, hell yeah, let's freaking ride with Ken Johnson as well. But you guys, I appreciate you. If you can hit that like, hit that subscribe button over here on YouTube. Stay tuned for my Cup of Joe. Going to be putting out my plays in tonight's Monday Night Football game. You can also check out my best bets on Betting Pros, as well as Picks and Parlays and Wager Talk. So you guys know where you can find me. But if you hit the like button, hit the subscribe and notification bell, I would greatly appreciate it. You guys, until next time, which is tomorrow, and we got an absolutely loaded slate. Stay hot and let's make some freaking money. Kev, drive safe as you head out to the casino, and everyone else out there dealing with that weather. Stay warm. It's November 10th, man. We're in for the long haul this winter, but we got this, you guys. We'll talk soon.